Okay, so crazy things are happening these days. I don't even want to get into the intro. Let's just start with Trump. So Trump explains numbers of how many people are receiving social security payments and they are probably not even alive, right? Let's see this video.
From 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. 90 to 99, maybe it's possible. It's a lot of people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000. Wow, that's a lot. That means over 100 years old. They have 4 million people. I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people. Wow. That can't possibly be, because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,472. Okay, but now we're going really in. People from 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old, 3,542,000, 140 years old and beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old, 1,345,000. These are by the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well. They're super. I asked Elon, who are these Doge people? He said they're super brilliant computer people and they love the country. It's simple. Wait a minute. People from 160 years old to 169 years, 121,000. So 160-year-old people. 170 to 179,000, 6,087. But now, let's go into the real numbers. From 200 to 209 years old, 879 people. From 210 years old, I haven't met any of them. And if I did, I would bless them. I would worship the ground they walk on. 210 to 219 years, 866. From 220 years old to 229 years old, 1,039. And then you have two people. From 240 years old to 249 years old, one person. And there's one person that's 360 years old. That's just that.
Okay, alright, now that you have watched the video, I do have something to say here. First of all, who is this guy who is 360? 360? Who is it? Huh? Is it Biden? Oh my god. Really? Like, it seems like a, funny thing. And the previous government or the previous administration didn't even care about these things. They were just signing off papers, like, give them the money. I don't care. This is taxpayers' money, not our money. Those government employees just didn't care. And also, one crazy thing that happened is that the Social Security Administration Commissioner, Michelle King, resigned following the audit by Doge. Now that's crazy. That evokes some emotions in you. That makes you think. That makes you feel, why now? Why now? You could have done this any time of the year. Why now? What was going through her head? And so, well, it's clear that I'm not claiming anything. I'm not going to claim anything. I don't want to get into, any legal drama, but I'm not claiming anything. All right, moving on to the next part, where this woman claims to be kicked out while she was on probation.
Hello. I was a federal worker who had 1 month left of her probationary period, and today I was told that I will be terminated at some point this week. I'm utterly devastated. I'm confused because my recent performance evaluation was exceptional and I got upwards of $1,500 as a bonus because my performance was so good. And this was my dream job. and it's just being taken away by an administration who doesn't care about science. It doesn't care about people who might be homeless with their dog now. They don't care about our species that we're trying to conserve. That's exactly what my job was doing. It was just to assess habitat conservation for species for a 55-year habitat conservation plan. We should all be so mad right now. We should all be crying like this because I'm just devastated.
Alright, if you watched the video, now let me give you my views on it. First of all, yes, when you try to cut fat, you do cut some muscle. You cannot cut fat without cutting some muscle. Maybe she was good for her job and she was really good so-called scientist. Now, I don't really know if she was a scientist, because scientist is a word that could be, self-applied to. We don't really know exactly what her job was. In her specific situation, I believe, first of all, it's easier to cut people who are on these trials, who are on probations, because that aligns more legally, and you cannot really appeal it in court because you were on trial, you were on probation. So one of the things that Trump administration is doing is they're, telling the different agencies to fire or terminate these people's contract who are on probation. So that's it. I don't really know if we should really care about I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave this to you guys. You guys can have your own opinion on this topic. All right, let's just leave that part of the video behind and let's move on to the next part, where Stephen Miller, the deputy chief of staff, destroys CNN anchor. Watch this.
You mentioned yesterday, and you mentioned again here, illegal immigrants who are getting child tax credits. Are you looking for that information in the IRS data?
Anytime a crime is committed, of course there should be an investigation. Is it your position that if somebody who is
Stephen,
here
are you looking
criminally
for that
is stealing
information in the
taxpayer
IRS
dollars,
data?
the federal government will find every illegal alien who is stealing American taxpayer dollars, and that is what Americans expect to happen.
Will you find that in the IRS
I don't
data
even
and
fathom
share
the
that with
premise
law
of your
enforcement?
question.
It's a simple question. Will you
Anyone
find that
who is-
information in the IRS data and share that with law
If
enforcement?
IRS investigators find illegal aliens stealing taxpayer money, of course they'll be referred to ICE. Of course they'll be referred to Homeland Security investigations. Of course it will be. Surely your position is not that we should let illegal aliens steal taxpayer dollars. Again, you want to talk about something to be upset about, that's it. What do you think? The millions of illegal aliens who've also stolen Social Security. Illegal aliens in mass have fake Social Security numbers. They have fake identities. Those are felonies. Why should there be an entire class in this country that is immunized from criminal prosecution and arrest for committing felonies? Felony theft of taxpayer information, felony theft of Social Security, felony theft of identity. These are all crimes. And yes, they will be investigated. Yes, they will be prosecuted. And yes, illegal aliens will be deported. And you know what happens when those deportations occur?
Just very quickly,
is that
Stephen,
Americans will get jobs, Americans will get benefits, Americans will get houses.
Stephen, if they got a credit, a child tax credit, and they will be referred, you're saying, to ICE for that, and you would expect deported for that? Is that the position of the administration?
If it is found that a crime has been committed, they'll be referred. If it justifies the prosecution, they'll be prosecuted. If it justifies a deportation, they will be deported. This will be based on existing IRS protocols and procedures for criminal investigation and fraud.
All right,
the difference is that no one is given immunity anymore. No one is given permission to break the law anymore. Because this is not a country, this is not a sovereign territory, if illegal aliens can freely steal billions, with a B, billions of taxpayer dollars. And I would have to imagine that CNN, which is endlessly talked about the importance of democracy and the rule of law, would say that no class in this country should be above the law, least of all illegal aliens who've trespassed on our territory.
No, Stephen, I'm just asking, I wanted to get your position on some things. We're not taking a position here. We wanted to get some answers to some questions. There are so many questions that need to be answered.
It doesn't sound to me
Miller,
like you are, in fact, indifferent or unbiased on these questions, but thank you.
Stephen Miller, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
In my opinion, the video should have stopped in 1 minute 24 seconds, and I'll explain you why. At almost 1 minute 24 seconds, Stephen explained that he's not talking about the people who really have a child born in US. He's talking about people who faked social security number, who faked the, I guess, ITIN, individual taxpayer identification number.
The millions of illegal aliens who've also stolen Social Security. Illegal aliens in mass have fake Social Security numbers. They have fake identities. Those are felonies.
So he's talking about the people who fake those social security numbers to get that child tax credit and then live off on that money. And that's fraud. And that's, of course that's a crime. Of course that's bad. Of course. When she asked the question like, oh, are these people going to be deported once they are known that they were committing crime? Of course. It's like saying, well, are you saying that child molesters, child rapists should be in jail? Like, of course, that's a common sense answer. You don't even have to think about that. But the fact that she asked those questions so proudly, or something like, oh, I'm asking a question. Of course, I'm right here. I just feel like at this point, CNN anchors are just, desperate to get attention or get more viewers, because they are reading off of the teleprompter. They're getting destroyed every single day, and they don't even care about that. Either they're trying to expand their viewership, or there's something else going on. I don't know. But this was it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, because if you want me to make more videos like this, then subscribe.